Yeah. Welcome into our next leg in our race around the world here at the Pit Stop Pals, part of the Reality Realm Network. My name is Kevin Oliver.
And I'm Bruce Heller!
What kind of punctuation was that, Bruce?
Exclamation point.
Right in the middle of a sentence, too. Wow.
I like to live on the edge.
I suppose your grammar teacher wouldn't be very happy with you, I
I
doubt.
don't think grammar teachers were ever happy with me.
You know what? That is very believable. Anyway, we're here for The Amazing Race Season 16, Episode 11. This is our penultimate episode of the Season 16 rewatch. They don't even understand their own language. Do you know who said that?
No.
Yeah, you have a 1 in 8 chance at getting this right.
Boy Jordan.
I love how you call him Boy Jordan, even though there's no girl Jordan anymore.
Honestly, it's because I did it once and you corrected me and told me not to do it anymore. So
Fair
I've
enough.
been
No,
doing it that way since then.
it was not Boy Jordan. It was Brent. And do you have any quotes from the episode?
I have 1/2. I don't know if this counts as one or
Well,
two.
to be fair, this was the after several weeks of having
This wasn't a quote heavy.
very quotable episodes, the well kind of ran dry with this one.
Yeah, this I could argue this is one quote or two
Okay.
because it's one conversation, but two different people talk.
Mhm.
It's Louis and Michael in the car, and someone says, "Oh, it's nice that the boys are with us and not in front of us." And then the other turns around and looks out the back windshield and goes, "Well, they're not with us anymore."
Yes.
That was right when Dan and Jordan started having taxi problems for the whateverth episode in a row.
Right.
Good
Yeah.
lord. None of it's ever their fault, but geez.
Yeah, exactly. I thought Dan was about to go swing at a guy this week. So,
That's how you get kicked off the show.
hmm. All
Not
right,
our
my
show. If I
quotes.
swing at you, I don't get kicked off.
Yeah, you'll get kicked off this show.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, but I do all the like technical stuff and the recording and the posting. If you kick me off, you have to do all that work.
Okay.
And I don't know if you can record from your iPad or not.
Yeah, I can record from my iPad.
Oh, wait, does it store it like on the iPad or does it only store it in Zoom's cloud though?
I don't know. I've never actually tried. I just know that
Which
I
is
can record
why
it.
you're not going to kick me off the show.
If it stored it in Zoom's cloud, I could just download it to my iPad.
Yeah.
Anyway, my quotes. Dan says, "Where's the Garden Bridge?" And Jordan says, "Like I know."
Yeah.
Um, Pigs are elusive. That's from Jet. Michael says, "Louis is a mathematical genius. I'm not worried at all." And Jordan's response is, "So you call my brother stupid?" Um, from Jordan, it was cool. We had these weird goggles, helmets, these gloves that were holding on to this Chinese man. It was weird. Okay, I liked that part.
Fair.
Katie says, "How big is it?" Brent's response, "Really big, just like everything else."
That's
And
funny.
that's what I had for quotes. Let's jump into the actual recap here as we are staying in Shanghai for this episode. And we had to make our way to the Garden Bridge.
The
Um,
bridge, which is
what?
a bridge made out of gardens.
Well, that's crazy. That's deep. And we get some confessionals here, like we normally do at the beginning of the episode. Cord tells us a story about how his skull was crushed by by a hoof to the side of the head, and they thought he was going to die at one point. And Jet stayed by his side through all of it in the hospital, and um, it was really just cool to see how close they are as brothers. Um, we have Katie telling us that she feels like making it to the final three would be like a redemption arc for her after her beauty pageant missteps.
That's a bit
And
okay.
what?
That's a bit dramatic, but okay.
I mean, if you talk to Brandy and Carol, maybe it wasn't dramatic, but
Yeah, I don't see myself talking to Brandy and Carol very much, to be honest. No offense. I just don't know them or where they live or find them to be very pleasant based on a TV edit. Oh, well, it's hard to not take offense at that last part, actually.
yeah, yeah,
Sorry, guys.
yeah.
Sorry, ladies.
No, you're not.
I mean, I kind of am.
I wouldn't be.
Yeah.
But nobody knows where the Garden Bridge is, like the people in the city. And it's because of this language gap, this language barrier that we have in China. Nobody knows how to speak English.
How dare they?
But finally, Brent and Katie find someone to help them. And once you get to the Garden Bridge, you get your next clue, and it tells you they have to make your way across town to the Longhan Temple, and you cannot travel by taxi. So Brent and Katie take a bus. Dan and Jordan are going to take a bus. Mike and Louie take a bus. And Jet and Cord take a train. Um, but Bruce, you know how I said that nobody knows where the Garden Bridge is?
Yeah.
Especially if your name's Dan and Jordan and you spend 2 hours by yourselves aimlessly wandering around the place in which you started this this pit start looking for the Garden Bridge or asking people about the Garden Bridge, just to the point as to where something you talked about last week in the fact of being worried about Mike and Louie being starting out so far behind is completely canceled out.
Yeah.
And I do want to know what you think about this strategy from Dan and Jordan to go back and team up with Mike and Louie because it's better to be at the end by yourself than at the end with somebody than at the end by yourself. And they know that the speed bump is going to happen, so they will have an opportunity to make some distance between them and Mike and Louie.
Yeah. It's a smart idea.
Yeah. I just couldn't believe that they were still at the beginning, hadn't found the first clue
Yeah.
after that 2 hours. Are you with us here?
I am. They couldn't
Okay.
find the clue after the first 2 hours, is what you just said.
No, yeah, I was just making sure because you're just like, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I was just agreeing. There wasn't much for me to say yet. But fun fact, when I was a kid, because I don't have a great attention span. I'm a bit ADHD.
Wait,
Or
you really?
my as a kid, my ADHD would kick in, and like while I was listening, I'd be looking at other stuff, and my mom would be convinced I wasn't listening. So she'd be, "Oh, are you listening to me?" Yes, and she'd do the like, "Fine, what did I just say?" thing, and I'd rattle off the last like paragraph she said perfectly. That felt so satisfying as a kid.
You know what? I
I
completely,
hated it, but
I completely like. I see the satisfying. I also see why she hated it.
oh, I know
So
why. I get why she hated it too. But it was really satisfying for me.
that's valid. But once you do get to the Longhan Temple, it's roadblock time called Count Statues. Do you want to talk about counting statues?
Yeah, you count statues.
Um,
I hadn't done that for a while. You enter the art hall. and you count all of the golden statues in the room to get your next clue. The
Not just the Buddhas.
the twist is if you get it wrong, you have to wait 10 minutes before trying again.
And the correct answer was 523.
Yes.
And the trick was that there were two warrior statues along with the 521 Buddha statues.
Yeah. Someone there? You looked behind you like someone was there.
Yeah, I hear the phone ring. Hang on.
The phone. The phone is ringing. The phone will be right there. All right, well, that's the Wonder Pets section of our show. I guess since Kevin's gone, it's time to show and tell. This is
Back.
my bottle of glass, bottle
I'm
Coke,
back.
cap,
Okay.
and it's me. Okay, cool.
All right. So yes, they are counting. The people who do the roadblock are Katie, Jet, Dan, and Louis. And
I mean, Kevin,
I'm not counting.
I'm not counting. I get
Oh
distracted
yeah,
way
yeah,
too.
yes. Out of the two of us, yes, I would do this.
I get distracted way too easily. I'd be like, "Oh, that's pretty. Oh crap, I forgot what number I'm on at like 300 something and have to start over."
Well, that's cute. You'd think you'd get to 300.
Uh, I like to be optimistic.
But there was a really cool moment here. I don't know if you caught it, but where Brent is like really actually touched and moved by like being able to see the cultural differences around him and like how the people of China worship differently and like how these cultural things contrast in such a massive way from America.
Yeah,
And it was a really cool moment. Like Brent's not the guy that is you're gonna expect to be like, wow, look at the sunset. I mean, it's not that's he's not that kind of guy. So to see this out of him specifically, honestly, out of everybody left in this race, he's the last person I expected to hear that from.
yeah, for sure.
So um that was kind of cool.
It was.
And then Katie guessed 520, which is wrong.
Now you have to wait for 10 minutes.
Yes. And then it shoots back to Dan and Jordan and Michael and Louie, who still cannot find out where they're supposed to go. They are still at um, the wrong bridge, and Mike's got out his binoculars, and that's not working out for him. They see these two random hanging jackets and think, what are the odds that there's only two jackets hanging there? That's got to be something. It was literally just two random
I
jackets.
love it so much.
They
I
were
hate it
nowhere
because I
close.
like Michael and Louie and they're wasting time, but it's so funny.
Hmm. And so 10 minutes goes by. Katie guesses again. 522. Wrong. 10 more minutes. Wait. Dan and Jordan, Michael, and Louie finally get in taxis to head on down the road. And Dan and Jordan are following Mike and Louie. But their taxi driver does not understand the idea of follow. And they lost Mike and Louie. And Dan is about to get violent with this taxi driver.
Understandable.
I don't know if it's understandable to the level that he to the
No,
level he
he's
got.
over the top about it, but
He
like,
was like,
ah,
"I'm gonna swing. I'm gonna swing." He's like,
for a
"Let me out of
taxi
this thing."
driver that doesn't know how to navigate or know where you're going, that doesn't seem like a good way to do your job.
That's fair.
But no, he was too upset about it, but I get where he was coming from.
Oh, for sure. And then 10 minutes passed again, and Katie guessed again, and she guessed 524. She is literally all over this number. 522, 524,
What was the answer again?
523.
Oh, she's so freaking close.
I know. And then Jet and Cord show up to the counting statues and they see Brent and Katie's bags and they literally go, "Oh, there's Brent and Katie's bags. His clothes got to be around here somewhere." And they literally walked right by Brent, so close that he could have touched them. And they didn't see him.
It's so good.
Dan and Jordan did find Mike and Louie's taxi again, by the way. And they caught up right as they got to the Long Han Temple. Or no, as they got to the Garden Bridge. But Jet got 523 on his first try. Katie got it right as Jet got it on her fourth try. And so they have to. What did I write? They have to ride something to Yuan Gardens for their next clue. Uh, but once they get, oh, a motorcycle. They rode the motorcycles. That's what it was. Um, but they get dropped off in the general vicinity of the Young Gardens, but they don't get dropped off right there. Like they still have to find it themselves. And once they find it, it's detour time, where they have to choose between pork chops or pork dumplings. Bruce, do you want to explain pork chops versus pork dumplings and
Yes,
not the food, but the detour?
pork chops disappointed me because it has nothing to do with actual pork. With
Hmm.
pork chops, you go into an art stone store and look through several hundred stamps called chops for the two that have a pig and their name on the bottom.
Hmm.
Or for pork dumplings, you go to a place and you pick up 10 orders of dumplings and make your way through a market to deliver them.
Yeah, and everybody chose pork chops.
And yeah, that was interesting. I was not expecting that.
We would not choose pork chops.
No, the other one seems a lot quicker. You're just
And pork
delivering
chops
instead of picking up and looking at 1,000 little rubber stamps.
pork chops requires attention to detail.
Yeah, it just seems more time consuming too.
I mean, because you could get really lucky and the first two you pick up could be the two that you need.
Fair enough.
But the 1000 and 1001 could be the two you need.
Yeah.
Or the first and the 1001, which is the worst. Um, Brent has to go to the bathroom so bad.
Poor guy.
And Katie won't let him.
Yeah.
Because evidently, if Brent goes to the bathroom, Katie has to stop looking. And but eventually he complained enough that Katie let him. Uh, by the way, before the roadblock with our back two teams, we got our speed bump, the coin toss.
Yeah. They have to participate in a good luck ritual where they each toss one coin into the top opening of a large incense burner.
And I don't know what you thought. I thought this was really easy for a speed bump.
Uh, yeah, it's just tossing a coin into a thing.
Yeah, like I get that speed bumps aren't supposed to be like super hard, but this seems like too easy for a speed bump.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion on that, but I
Oh,
don't
I agree.
know.
The speed bump where they had to like polish the knight's armor or whatever is like the perfect difficulty level.
Right, right.
This was ridiculously easy.
I agree. By the way, when Brent went to pee, Jet found Brent's stamp.
Of course he did.
Yeah. Um, but anyway, the other two teams, Dan and Jordan, Michael and Louie, are counting statues, and Dan got it on his first try. Louie got 521 and got it wrong, but then he looked again, and realized that he didn't count those two warriors, so he got it after his 10-minute wait.
Nice.
Um, so back to the pork chops. Jet found his, put it in his pocket so that they wouldn't know that he had it. But then Katie caught him doing so, and Katie also found cords, but didn't say anything. Obviously, Brent finds his, and Katie finds hers, and Cord finds his right after that. And so both of these two are on a race to the pit stop because after you finish the detour, you get a clue that says make your way toward the river to the Riverside Promenade to the pit stop. Uh, and Brent and Katie are team number one.
Yeah, good for them.
They win this leg and they win a trip to coastal Spain.
Yes. That's
And
the
it's kind of funny because at the pit stop, they had the world's tallest man. So we went from last week um, featuring the world's shortest man, Rip Heaping Ping, to now having the world's tallest man featured at the pit stop.
they should have well, they can't do it now, but back then they should have had both of those two men be a race team together.
Yeah. I think that they should next at the next pit stop, at the finale pit stop, they should have the world's most average height man.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Um, and that reminds me, there's a show. I don't even know what channel it is on now. It's a game show. Do you know who Nate Bargatze is?
Yeah.
He hosts a game show on mainstream TV called The Most Average American. It's the most unserious game show I've ever seen, and it's hilarious.
Nice.
But that's what average reminds me of. Um, Jet and Cord are team number two. So we have our first two teams, Brent and Katie and Jet and Cord. Bruce, at this point, it's looking like your prediction for the final three is more likely to happen than my prediction of the final three. Um, anyway, Dan finds Louis' stamp, and then he found his own stamp. And Michael is over here shining his flashlight, and I don't know what he thought that was going to do when he's searching for his stamp.
I don't know.
But Jordan finds his. So Dan and Jordan both find theirs and leave before Michael and Louis find either of theirs. And then we have Michael find Louis and Louis find Michael's. And Dan and Jordan once again have taxi issues. Where I wrote down, I think Dan and Jordan are going to have aneurysms from the taxi drivers.
Yeah.
But it ended up not mattering as they got third place. Dan and Jordan are team number three.
Yeah.
And because of that, each of us, you and me, in our predictions for who was going to be the final three, each of us got two correct.
We did.
You said Jet and Cord, Brent and Katie, Michael and Louie. I said Jet and Cord, Michael and Louie, Dan and Jordan. Instead, we get Jet and Cord, Brent and Katie, Dan and Jordan. Um, and Michael and Louie, our team number four, eliminated. Next time on, we must scale new heights and explore new galaxies. Next week is the finale of The Amazing Race Season 16.
And the finish line is at the International Space Station.
I don't think so.
Well, they said explore new galaxies. That implies space.
Simulation.
I like my idea better.
You know how expensive that would be?
It's not my money.
CBS would go broke.
Not my money.
Yeah, but if CBS goes broke, that means no more Survivor.
Yeah, but they'd get good ratings out of
I don't
Race to
think that
Space.
I don't think that if every single person in the whole world watched that episode, that those ratings would measure in a quantifiable number that would justify sending people to space.
Again, you're probably right. It's not my money. So
But it is your entertainment level. Like I just said, if CBS sends people to space, they don't have money for Survivor anymore.
that's true.
Do you want to go on without Survivor? Is that a fair trade for you?
Let's have Survivor in space.
No.
Instead of like on beaches, they're all like the tribes are each in small little space pods together, having to live in close quarters.
That's a different show, man.
I mean, kind of, but since old school, they've taken the actual like survival aspect out a lot.
Yeah, I
So
know. Will Friedle hates it.
I do miss that aspect of it from the old days, but
Have you listened to any more?
I I go back and forth. I haven't. I've thought about catching up, but they
Well,
just don't know it as well as I do. So I listen and I'm like, well, that's not quite. Well, that's not entirely how that works.
I mean, yes, I do the same thing. Um, but I did listen. I have been caught up. And in episode 5, the first 30 minutes is literally Will and Ryder arguing about it because Will does not like Survivor.
Yeah.
And they're literally just arguing about it for 30 minutes. Anyway, Bruce, um, are you ready for power rankings?
Yes.
All right, who you got at number 3?
Number three, Dan and Jordan.
What I expected. Me too. They just they've never been bad, but they've never been like amazing. Their one win all season came because they did a fast forward. Um, so it's hard to, based on what we've seen, to look towards them as successful here.
Yeah.
Who you got too?
At two, I know they won this leg, but I have Brent and Katie here anyway.
I did the same thing. Do you want to elaborate?
They're the second best team.
Yeah, even though they won this leg, I do feel like Jet and Cord when it comes to I don't know everything are a
Brent
little
and
bit
Katie
more.
are just inconsistent. They're too up and down.
Yeah, for sure. I think Jet and Cord are more well-rounded. I feel like a lot of Jet and Cord's missteps in this race have been like, travel related, or let me go eat instead of getting my plane ticket first. Things like that. But if you just put them up against tasks and challenges, I don't think that anybody is as successful as often as them. Hello?
And at number one, of course, is Patrick and Susan.
Blah!
I was gonna say Brooke and Robbie, but I did that one too many times. So I just said the first name that popped into my head.
Okay, Patrick and Susan should never be the first name that pops into your head. Let me just
It's because I was trolling you with Patrick recently.
always.
Just keep Patrick and Susan like challenge style. Keep them coming back every season until they win.
Um, while we're talking about Amazing Race, I did cast a full season of Amazing Racers on a trader's simulation recently, Bruce.
Did Patrick win?
Patrick was not on the cast. I lied. It was not a trader season. It was a survivor season. I did it on Brant Steele.
Oh,
And somebody from this season finished in second place. Oh, I didn't. It wasn't a Survivor season either. It was Total Drama Island.
it's just Survivor but animated. Close enough.
Yeah. Cord McCoy finished second place.
Nice.
And the winner was Allie Forsyth.
Nice.
And this was my boot order from back to front. Christy Woods, Brooke Camhigh, Arun Kumar, Tyler Oakley, Michael Naylor from this season
Yes.
finished in 18th. Joyce from Uchenna and Joyce, Kim from Kim and Allie, Dusty from Ryan and Dusty, Liz from Michael and Liz in 29. TJ is in Tim and TJ. Nadia is in Natalie and Nadia. Vonk finished 11th. Jet, 10th place. Gretchen from Meredith and Gretchen. Luke, the deaf guy.
Was Gretchen riding the elephant the whole way through?
Yeah, all the way to ninth place. Penn Holderness. Floyd Pierce
Is that the
got
magician
sixth.
guy?
What?
Oh, is that the magician guy? Penn?
Magician. Penn, no, not Penn Gillette.
Oh, I don't know last names. It's not a real common first name.
Yeah, but Penn and Teller were never on The Amazing Race.
I thought maybe you had like a full Amazing Race cast and then just threw the magician guy in there for fun.
No, you know Penn. They won season 34, 33. No, not 34 was Derek Clare. 33 maybe. Kim and Penn, they're the ones
Yeah.
they're influencers.
Now I want Penn and Teller to be on here, but I don't know how confessionals would work. Teller doesn't talk
Yeah.
unless he's on Big Bang Theory. He was in a couple episodes on there and he talked.
Hmm. All right,
Magician
number
talk.
5 was London from Logan in London on season 29.
London,
Fourth was
Sweet Life
Becca
on
from
Deck.
Beck and Floyd. What?
London from Sweet Life on Deck.
Yep, London Tipton. Third place was Whitney Duncan. Second was Cord Alley One. So that was fun.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
I
fun.
I did do a traders thing once where I casted. I think I cast Jet and Cord and Kim and Alley. It was like two guys and two girls from this show, two guys and two girls from that show, all the way through. And Jet and Cord and Kim and Alley were on that cast. Anyway, do you have anything else to say about this episode, Bruce?
This was really fun, even if not very quotable at all.
Yes, it was the quote well ran dry. Hopefully that we are a little bit more quote forward for the finale. Make sure to check out our other reality room coverage. Bruce and Brett over at the Tribal Council chat are pushing through Survivor 50.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun. Round table talk. We will be back soon, I promise. We've been really hella busy. Um, one of us has the whole time. It's been like,
But it's
sorry, I
not
can't
always
do it.
the same one either.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Brett can't do it one time, Kevin can't do it one time, Bruce can't do it one time. Um, New Generation Challenge podcast. They'll be back eventually, uh, sometime this summer when the cast drop is actually announced. It is currently in filming for season 42 of the challenge. This summer, we hope to have BB Brains back as well. Check out our socials. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or not Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, wherever you check out this kind of stuff. Make sure to give us a like, share, subscribe, follow, whatever it is that you do on your chosen form of media. and buy our stuff from the Redbubble merch store. We would appreciate it. Nobody likes to buy our things except for Bruce.
What if my
And
chosen form of social media is MySpace?
then you're not going to have very good luck. Um, all of that to say, the world is waiting for you. Good luck, my friends.
Travel safe, my friends.
And go, my friends.
I stop it. Nope.